to everybody out there. Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and welcome to a preview edition of Believers Talk, where we go over the game coming up this Sunday between our Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, Buffalo Bills 2-0, getting ready for their home opener against the Cincinnati Bengals, who are 0-2, guys. I have some stats and some kind of like some coincidences about the Cincinnati Bengals when it comes to our Buffalo Bills. Hope you are enjoying the Thursday night game. I know it's not quite halftime yet, but I'm talking to Mario as well from #sports as I'm doing this to make sure everything goes okay. Not quite halftime yet, but I wanted to get it on here. Angry Buffalo sports fan, first one in here on the YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me, guys. Again, about minute 36 to go, so I'm going to wait a little bit to talk really about the preview for this game. PTCY Press, our Buffalo Bills, absolutely right, guys. Again, I'm going to wait a little bit because I got on before halftime. Normally, I start at halftime with the preview video, so I'm going to let everyone enjoy the rest of the first half. Currently, Jacksonville up on the Tennessee Titans, 14-0, going a little differently than a lot of people predicted. However, if you watch my prediction video here on YouTube, you know that I actually predicted the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Tennessee Titans. Not sure if I predicted it this way. I thought it'd be a little bit closer. Maybe they'll come out at halftime. Anthony John, how you doing? Welcome to Believers Talk. Again, guys, I got on here a little bit early. We wanted to make sure that Sportscaster was working. Again, if you were with me on Sunday for the play-by-play and reaction when we were doing that video for the Giants, you know I will be doing this Sunday's video, the live play-by-play and reaction for the Bengals. So we wanted to get on Sportscaster as well, and just to see how everything is working. It looks like it's working okay. No one's currently on Sportscaster, I don't think, or if they are, they're not chatting, guys. If someone is in there, please let me know if you can hear me okay, and if everything is going okay. My microphone's no longer muted. That's a good thing, I guess. So, all right, guys, is Devin Singletary playing this weekend, or what Justin asks? And I'll get to that, guys. Like I said, I'm going to wait till the end of half. We do have an injury update. Like I said, I will update everyone on the injury report. I did write down everything. And they say he's day to day, right? And that's all Coach McDermott's telling us is day today. I can tell you he did not practice on Wednesday or Thursday. Normally a telltale sign that he will not be participating in the game this Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. Kind of a big loss, but at the same time, he's only had, I think, 10 carries so far this season, 4 catches. But we know he's averaged about 13 yards per carry, so we know the damage that he can do on the ground when he gets those touches. And we'll talk about Devin Singletary a little bit. I'm sure he'll be brought up a few times in this chat during this preview video, guys. And again, I'll talk about my keys to victory against the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. The Buffalo Bills are 2-0, and I know we want to get excited, right? First time we're 2-0 since 2014. However, there are some things we need to work on. Now, we've talked about them during my post-game videos that I do Monday at halftime on Monday Night Football. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to Believers Talk, subscribe to Believers Talk, because not only do I do my preview videos during the halftime of Thursday Night Football, I also do my post-game videos during the Monday Night Football halftime during that game. So you want to hit that subscribe button. Also give you my weekly picks every Wednesday. Also do live play-by-play with Mario and Paul from #sports. We're alternating. They did week 1. I'm doing weeks 2 and 3. They're going to do weeks 4. And we're going to alternate that probably the whole season. I'll probably do the Tennessee Titans game. I'm going to do a game during our bye week. I did it last year, and I'll put a poll on Twitter as far as which game you guys want me to do live play-by-play and reaction to. So if you haven't followed me on Twitter, link in the description below. Go there, hit that, follow me on there, and then you'll be able to let me know which game you want me to do come our bye week. Because again, I try to do a live play-by-play and reaction video every single week. If it's not me, like I said, it's going to be the guys over at #sports. If you're following me on Sportscaster, you can just stay right there. It's your one-stop shop, right? Whether it's Paul and Mario streaming the game or it's me from Believers Talk, you got it right here on Sportscaster. So make sure you stay tuned to Sportscaster there. So again, guys, thank you for joining me. And again, if you're on Sportscaster, let me know if the sound's okay. This is our first time really doing this. I have 2 separate webcams going on at the same time, so I want to make sure that the sound is good. So that way, Sunday, we make sure we give you the best Buffalo Bills coverage we can. Angry Buffalo Sports Fan, we can't take these Bengals offense lightly. Dalton is second in passing yards. We're going to talk about that. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that. How are we as far as time in the Thursday Night Football game? 45 seconds left. It looks like we're just going to kneel it out or, go into halftime 14-0. And Jacksonville up 14-0 on Tennessee. A little bit of a surprise from a lot of people. I was actually thinking about Minshew, quarterback for the Jaguars. I was like, man, if I was Minshew, I would make a private phone call to Ramsey and I would say, listen, I want to win too. If you stay on this team, I promise you I'm going to do our best to win now. Because if that's all Ramsey is concerned about winning, Minshew's doing a pretty good job at quarterback for the Jaguars. So luckily we don't have the Jaguars on our schedule, but for those teams who do, look out for Minshew. He has over 100 QB rating right now. Not just in this game, but for the season. And so he's looking pretty good. So don't sleep on the Jaguars just yet, even though they are 0-2. But guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, welcome to Billievers Talk. My name is Joe. You know that this Sunday I will be doing live play-by-play reaction here on YouTube and over on Sportscaster as well. So make sure you join me on either one of those platforms. Link in the description below on the YouTube channel. So go ahead and click on that and head over there. We are going to talk about this game, home opener against the Cincinnati Bengals. Our Buffalo Bills at home for the first time this season, week 3, 2-0 on the road in East Rutherford. Now we come home, celebrate with BillsMafia, right, baby? And it starts at 12:40 with probably the biggest part of this day, right? And that's remembering Pancho Villa. On Sunday, it's going to be a somber atmosphere, but also a great atmosphere as well as we remember the legacy of Bills superfan Pancho Villa. So I think it's going to start there. We would annihilate Minshew. I hope so. And I hope we annihilate Andy Dalton come this Sunday. So we'll see what happens. Play who we have to play, right? So it's going to start at 12:40. They're going to do a memorial for Pancho Villa, have his family on the field. It's going to be presented by Kim Pagula. And so, guys, if you can, try joining me early on Sunday because I'm going to try to get on here early to give you some sort of preview and also to make sure that we pay our respects to Pancho Villa in the best way we can, whether it's me watching it on Twitter or I'm not sure if they're going to show it on TV, but if they do, I will definitely let you know what's going on there. So join me early this Sunday as we remember Pancho Villa, and then we enjoy the Buffalo Bills play at home for the first time of the season against our Cincinnati Bengals. RIP Pancho, absolutely, Justin. And so what we are going to talk about first is we're going to talk about the 3 keys to victory, guys. Here's my 3 keys to victory for this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. 1, our passing D needs to step it up. As Angry Buffalo Sports fan just said, Andy Dalton's currently second in passing yards behind Patrick Mahomes. Now, you can argue that some of that was in garbage time, like against San Fran last week, but it's still the case either way. Tyler Boyd's second in the league in receptions. John Ross leads the league in receiving yards with 270 receiving yards so far. So we really need to step it up in the passing defensive area. And, the past 2 weeks against the Jets and against the Giants, the Buffalo Bills have kind of taken a bend, don't break type approach with their pass defense, right? Keep everything in front of you, and we should be fine. I don't think we can do that with this Cincinnati Bengals team. I think if we do that, Andy Dalton's going to pick us apart unless we get some pressure on Andy Dalton to help the defense out, to help that passing D out. Remember, the Cincinnati Bengals offensive line is a little banged up. Cordy Glenn, ex-Buffalo Bill, he's banged up. Their center right now, he's banged up. So they have a banged up offensive line. What does that mean? Hopefully that means our defensive line can get pressure on Andy Dalton, make some quick decisions, some bad decisions, maybe take some sacks that he normally wouldn't take, have to throw it away a couple times. So in order to help our passing D, I also think our defensive line has to get pressure on Andy Dalton. I think that will be a huge key as far as getting that first key to victory, giving our passing D that time. So Bengals O-line is in shambles. Angry Buffalo Sports fan says exactly, and we need to take advantage of that, right? Our defensive line needs to take advantage of that. Everyone's praising the Buffalo Bills defense for how good they are. It's time we prove that on the defensive line. Eli Manning last week was the first quarterback in 9 games dating back to last season to go for over 210 passing yards against the Buffalo Bills team. He had 250 on the nose. So we need to do better. Now, yes, we could even say Eli Manning's passing yards a little bit in junk time when we're up 28-14, but that doesn't matter. He was still able to find some lanes for his receivers, some receivers who we've never heard of before that game on Sunday. So my first key to victory is that our pass defense needs to step up. We need to make sure that Tyler Boyd, John Ross don't get going. We need to get pressure on Andy Dalton. My second key to victory, we need a complete game. So far, weeks 1, week 2, we have not had a complete game. What I mean by that is from 15 minutes to go in the first quarter to no time on the clock in the fourth quarter, we haven't played a complete game. Week 1, of course, everyone remembers, first half was just a nightmare, right? We had 4 turnovers, down 6-0 going into half, then coming out in the third, go down 16-0 just like that. Luckily, Josh Allen, luckily this defense, able to keep us in enough so we can get the motor running, if you will, as Devin Singletary was a big part of that anyway. So get motor running, and then all of a sudden we win 17-16. The game against the Giants this past Sunday, the first quarter we look good, second quarter we look good, scoring on 3 of our first 4 possessions, really good, including a 98-yard drive. But then what happens towards the end of the second quarter, third quarter, we stall, right? We stall out in allowing the New York, New Jersey Giants to get back in the game, right? It was 21-14 early on in the fourth quarter. So we need to be able to stop that from happening in this game, because the Bengals, again, high-powered offense, they're going to take advantage of that, right? They're going to take advantage of being left in a game, especially on the road. We need to step on their throats early and not give them a chance to get back up. Titans game is so hard to watch for all these penalties. Everyday Flash, welcome to Believers Talk. Yeah, I did see there was a lot of penalties going on in that game. A lot of holdings. I think Joe Buck said after the first holding call, that was like the 180th holding penalty already in the NFL. That's ridiculous if you ask me. I think there's too many penalties in this league right now. They need to try to clean up. I know that they want the game to run be safer, and I understand that they got sued because it wasn't safe enough by the NFL players. So if that's going to happen, obviously they need to do something to match that, and unfortunately that's what we get now. So not only are these two teams that you would argue whether how good they are, but now with all the penalties in this game, it just makes it tough to watch. But it is 14-0 at halftime, Jacksonville with the lead. So we went over my first key to victory, passing D, needing to step up. My second key to victory, again, need to play a whole game from quarter 1 to quarter 4, whether that be offensive play calling, whether that be sitting on the ball when we have the lead, whatever that might be. I hope that we can continue to just prove that we are a good team. Good teams don't just squeak out wins against teams in situations where they should win handily. And I think this is the type of situation the Bills are in right now. We're playing a Cincinnati Bengals team's 0-2, who in the past has been that trap game for the Buffalo Bills. So we need to make sure that does not happen again. We cannot let the Bengals be a trap game. I know that we have New England coming up week 4. I get that. All the more reason to start the game with the motor running, right? All the more reason to jump out early, jump out ahead, and then just keep the foot on the gas. We have the remembrance of Pancho 20 minutes before halftime. We all saw that Deion Dawkins, maybe didn't. Deion Dawkins, no matter what you think about him on the field, just a great guy, shows a great deal of respect here, and he buys the entire team personalized Pancho Villa socks, right? Those ones with Pancho Villa on the top of them to wear during the game. So every single Buffalo Bills player is going to be wearing their own Pancho Villa socks during this football game. So you want to talk about motivation. You want to talk about something to get you going, right? That's something we can all rally behind. Pancho power. Let's do it. Let's start off early. Let's jump out of the gate and get on top of the Cincinnati Bengals and stay there. Let's play a complete game. That's my second key to victory. And my third key to victory is run, Gore, more. Okay? We know that Devin Singletary will not be playing this game. Unless we're pretty sure, right? Again, he missed practice both Wednesday and Thursday. Normally a telltale sign that he will not be playing in the game on Sunday. Maybe I'm wrong. Hopefully he practices come tomorrow and he'll be good to go come game time. But as of right now, it looks like he will not be participating in the game Sunday. And we have to be ready for that. And what I mean by feed Gore more, I don't just mean Gore. I know that's why I put here on the comment, run Gore more, but you also have to run Yeldon. The Cincinnati Bengals allowed 259 yards rushing against the 49ers last week. And now the 49ers have a much better rush attack than the Bills do at this time, and let's be honest about that. Breida rushed for 121 yards, Mostert rushed for 83 yards. We need to capitalize on what appears to be a weak Cincinnati Bengals run defense. I love Josh Allen. I think he can be the Buffalo Bills' future. However, I don't think we need to put this game in his hands. We should only put games in his hands when we have to, and I don't think this is one of them. Maybe week 4 turns into that, and we'll talk about that when we get there, but this is week 3 that we're talking about here. Let's make sure that we take care of the rock. Let's make sure we don't abandon the run just because we don't have the motor back there. And let's make sure we do what we need to do to get a win here at home. Again, the home opener against the Cincinnati Bengals. Guys, I did do some research this morning and earlier this week, and I looked at some of the news about the coincidences that I was talking about with the Cincinnati Bengals. The last time the Bills started 3-0 was 2011. When Ryan Fitzpatrick was our quarterback. Our first loss of the season against the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, so here we are trying to get to 3-0, and we're playing the Cincinnati Bengals. And then the last time the Bills won 3 in a row was 2016. That's just how long it's been since we won 3 in a row, okay? It's been since 2016 since we won 3 in a row. But again, Cincinnati has had our number on a couple of these trap games, including 2 years ago. We were going into our bye week, right? 2 years ago, AJ Green, who's not going to be playing in this game, does a number on the rookie at that time, Tre'Davious White, and they come away with that victory. We do not want that here. We want to make sure we get the win going into New England, have probably 3-0 teams going into this week because, again, the Patriots play the third string Jets team at this point and Le'Veon Bell. So I'm not sure how the Jets are going to fare against the evil umpire. I think they're 23-point favorites at this time. So it's kind of crazy to think about how big of a favorite they are. In my prediction video, I still picked them to cover the spread, and that's just rare to see an NFL team 23-point underdogs. So, of course, the Bills were 17-point underdogs last year against the Vikings, and we all remember how that turned out, right, with a Bills victory. So maybe there's a surprise in store. I just don't see it happening. That would mean that there were 2-3-0 teams, the Bills and the Patriots, going head-to-head hopefully come week 4, but let's worry about week 3 first. I want to get into the injury report, and then I'll get into your comment section as well, guys. I do want to try to get you back to the second half of the Thursday night game before that gets going. So just let me know if the game starts. I'll try to get you back as soon as I can. The Bills injury report. 2 guys who did not participate either Wednesday or Thursday, Teron Johnson and Devin Singletary. I do not expect to see either one of them playing in the game on Sunday, both with hamstring injuries, and we all know how hamstring injuries can linger, and we don't want them to rush back too soon, and then we lose them for a longer part of the season. I am beginning to wonder if maybe Devin Singletary's injury, if it was like a playoff game, if he would be ready to go. But since it's not, we're holding him back so far this year. And, from hashtag sports to myself to Cover One, we've all talked about that, the rookie overload. You don't want overload, especially a rookie running back. That rookie running back overload, we don't want to have that happen. So, again, Devin Singletary only has 10 carries so far. 4 catches. I think that's by design, and I think it's going to stay that way because, again, I don't think he's going to participate on Sunday. But that does not mean we can't have a good running attack with Gore and Yeldon back there. I think that's still, and even McKenzie can run those trick plays, those wide receiver, whatever they're called, slant plays that he can run in the backfield, get the ball, and make something happen there as well. So, again, one of my keys to victory is still run the ball. Also, guys who did not participate this week in practice, one of the days is Lorenzo Alexander, Frank Gore, John Brown, and Ty Nsekhe. Some were on Wednesday, some were on Thursday, but this was all for rest, guys. This was not anything to be concerned about as far as injury. Lorenzo Alexander, Frank Gore, John Brown, Ty Nsekhe, all veteran players who can use a day of rest every once in a while, can't we all? So they get the days of rest. One of those days, some of them were Wednesday, some of them were today, but they will be fine come game day. Expect to see them there. And then also, Tre'Davious White and Andre Roberts and Tyler Kroft all limited in practice. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this today, but Tyler Kroft apparently tweaked his other foot yesterday during practice, so that's something to keep an eye on. So that's unfortunate for Tyler Kroft, a little bit of a setback. But those guys were all limited in practice this week, so we're not sure if we're going to see them. Pretty sure we'll see Tre'Davious White out there. Andre Roberts, we know that he hadn't played week 1, week 2. It'd be fun to see him back in the lineup at the roster for this game. It'd be fun to maybe turn that field position battle around a little bit. And then Tyler Kroft, he's been out the first 2 weeks, of course, been out since the beginning of OTAs with that foot injury. So we hope to see him back. So let me get to the comment section, guys. Again, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Not only do we go live every Thursday for a preview of the game coming up, we also go live Monday for our post-game video. I try to watch the game a second time so that way I can kind of watch it without emotions involved, with knowing what happens, with knowing the end result, and so I can take notes and see what we did well, what we didn't do well, less emotion involved, and I can give you guys a clear analysis. There are plenty of YouTube channels, including Hashtag Sports, who give you live reaction right after the game on Sunday. So you want to check them out, and they're great, but I like to take a step back, watch the game again, and take notes from every single game. There's things we can learn from every single game. There's things that we did well in every single game. We just need to put those together, and I want to tell you guys what that is. Not only do we go live then, I also bring you all the Buffalo Bills breaking news. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, guys, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment. Let me know what you think as I get to the comments now. Who should lock down John Ross? I don't think Trey White can keep up with him. Speed is his kryptonite. Well, we did see, this is from Justin, we did see, like I said, 2 years ago we played the Bengals. He was up against A.J. Green, and A.J. Green did make him look bad. And, against the Lions last year, who's their number one? I forget his name. You'll let me know in the comment section. But, he also did pretty well against Trey White. So we know that Trey White doesn't do well against every single receiver, but I think for John Ross, you're going to have Trey White on him with safety help, maybe even double team him. Again, the two biggest guys you have to worry about are Tyler Boyd and John Ross. I think Levi Wallace can probably cover Tyler Boyd pretty well, but it's John Ross that we really have to be concerned about now with A.J. Green. Now, I think when A.J. Green comes back, this wide receiving core for the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be really tough. But luckily, we don't have to worry about that right now. Good luck for A.J. Green coming back. I hope he comes back soon. But he's not going to be in this game. I think if we have a mix of Trey White with safety help maybe from Poyer. We saw Poyer lay a lick on the one Giants receiver when Trey White lost tipping coverage last week. Expect to see some of that against John Ross this week. So that's a great question. I know that speed, again, sometimes can beat Trey White, but hopefully he can be the lockdown corner we all know him to be. Last week wasn't a great week for Trey White. I talked about that on the Monday video. Trey White kind of disappointed last week. Hopefully he can do a little bit better this week against this Bengals offense. Bengals O-line shambles. We talked about that. Yeah, Angry Buffalo Sports fan. Yeah, we talked that. I think our defense will force 3 turnovers. Our offense will score 38 points. I would love to see that. If this offense scores 38 points, I don't think there's a team in the NFL, including the Chiefs, including the Patriots, that can beat us. If our offense can score 38 points a game, I think we would be really tough to beat in the long run. I think that that would be a great way to win this game, to start this, kind of put a stamp on this 3-0 start too, right? Make people start respecting this Bills team. They're talking about how we had to come back against the Jets. They're talking about how we beat a bad Giants team. And there are a few teams out there that are 2-0, including the Patriots and the Ravens, who are 2-0, but the teams they beat are suspect. But it seems like the Bills are one of those 3 teams that are not getting talked about, right? Maybe it's because the Patriots have only allowed 3 points of offense. Maybe it's because Jackson for the Baltimore Ravens, he looks really good. I don't know what the case might be, but the Buffalo Bills seem not to be getting talked about. So let's put a stamp on it, win 38-3, 38-10, something like that, and then prove that we are one of the better teams. And I did read a stat, guys, since 1980, teams that start 3-0 actually make it to the playoffs around 75% of the time. So that's a huge jump. Now, I will say the last time we started 3-0, which was in 2011 with Ryan Fitzpatrick, we ended up starting 5-1, but then we finished 6-10 total for the season. So it's not a guarantee, but it does definitely make it more likely that we will make the playoffs this season. So let's hope we start 3-0. I'm getting to the comments here. Justin trash yards or not, look what Buffalo did when we were up on the Giants, got too conservative. Yes, exactly. So we don't want to get conservative. And yeah, hey, if you have fantasy, if you have any Dalton fantasy, you're looking pretty good right now, right? Through the first 2 weeks, of course. Probably if you have any Dalton fantasy, he's your bench quarterback, not your starting quarterback. But with all the injuries in the NFL or the Eli Manning being benched, things like that, maybe you had to start Andy Dalton, and good for you. I don't think he would be a good fantasy start this week. I think our passing defense, which was number one in the league last year, has still done a pretty solid job. We're still at, I think we're sixth currently in total defense. I think we're going to be all right there. Our defense looks really good. Gore was just getting warmed up in the fourth. I hope so. And Gore is one of those guys where you keep feeding the ball, he's going to get you 4 or 5 yards each and every time, right? Even last week, I think he averaged like 3.6 yards per carry. So keep feeding Gore the ball. Now you have Yeldon. You're going to have to work Yeldon in there. I know over the past few weeks, the first 2 weeks, Yeldon hasn't been in there as much. I think we're going to see more of him this week. So I hope to see that. And I hope that he does well. I want to see Tyler get 100 yards. Everyday Fish, if you're talking about Tyler Kroft, not sure if he's going to play in this game. Again, Coach McDermott came out today and said that yesterday Tyler Kroft injured his other foot. So a little bit of a setback. He was still limited in practice today, which means he still did practice, was just limited in practice. So maybe we will see him out there. Would love to see more from our tight ends as far as receiving threat. That just means more threats for other teams to have to look for. We only had 3 catches by all of our tight ends last week. I think our first week was about the same. Our tight ends block really well, especially Dawson Knox. I still remember that Dawson Knox block for the McKenzie touchdown last week. Really impressive. But still want to see more of a receiving threat appear for the Buffalo Bills, so that gives the teams more to look for when defending the Buffalo Bills. I just want to see Tyler play a game. Yeah, any Buffalo sports fan. Yeah, absolutely. And we're not sure we're going to see that this week. The Ralph will be rocking this Sunday. Can't wait for the energy of the crowd. Yeah, I keep seeing things. Give me a second, guys. I keep seeing things about like they're being more cautious about Bills fans, more police presence. And that's fine. It is what it is. But I hope that Bills fans again realize that at least at the beginning of this game, before the game, the pregame should be all about Pancho Villa, his family, remembering the biggest super fan that was for the Buffalo Bills. Of course, if you don't know Pancho Villa, Buffalo Bills superfan died during this offseason. This is our first home game, and the Pagulas have already made it well known that they're going to have a ceremony for him and his family on the field before the game this Sunday. So I hope you all look forward to that. On Saturday, they're actually in the tailgating lot. They're going to have a ceremony for like a I want to say party, but it won't be a party. But that's what Pancho Villa wanted. He wanted like a tailgate as a remembrance. So they're going to do that on Saturday evening. So if you can make it to that, go ahead. I would really be honored to make it to that. I know it's a $20 donation to go there and to celebrate the life of Pancho Villa in that way. So they'll have that Saturday evening, and then Sunday, like I said, 12:40, they're going to have a remembrance on the field. Deion Dawkins has bought Pancho Villa socks for every single one of his teammates to wear during the game. Hopefully that gives us some added energy in this home opener. Not too much. We don't want to be overhyped, but at the same time, gives us some energy to come out and be strong for Pancho Villa, his memory, and our Buffalo Bills. Hopefully we can go 3-0 in this one. I have a tight end, Nomo says. We need tight ends. Knox and Sweeney are good tight ends, but they need to be more consistent in the passing game. Third quarter against the Giants, Knox had one right in his hands that goes straight through. Luckily, he had some separation. No one behind him from the Giants to get an interception. But that's when he has to catch, right? You talk about Allen's accuracy. Well, if he has problems with accuracy, that means when he does throw the ball accurately, you need to catch the ball. And that was just one that Knox let get through his hands. Again, not a lot of targets either. Lee Smith had one catch. I think he only had one target the whole game. And that was early in the first quarter. Dawson Knox, those are only 2 targets. I remember he might have had 1 or 2 more. Sweeney, I know he had at least 1 target. I think he had 1 catch, but also probably not too many targets. So is it a matter of them not being able to catch the ball, or is it a matter of us not giving them an opportunity? That Lee Smith catch in the first quarter, that was with the defender pretty much wrapped around him. So he did a good job catching the ball on a third down to get first down yardage. So maybe we need to trust our tight ends more. We know that this is Brian Daboll's game, though, right? Brian Daboll has never been a guy to use his tight ends all that much, so I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't use his tight ends all that much here, this season as well. Or maybe he has something hiding in the making. Maybe we're saving Dawson Knox. Maybe we have a surprise for the Patriots coming forward with Devin Singletary or Dawson Knox. But again, maybe you just want to watch for the burnout, right? And we got these tight ends to help with blocking downfield. The one tight end we got to be a receiving threat was Tyler Kroft, right? And unfortunately, due to injuries, Tyler Kroft just has not been available yet this season. We would have loved to see him in this game today, but if it's between playing in this game, this game Sunday, I should say, if it's between playing in the game Sunday and sitting out so you're fully healthy week 4 against the Patriots, I'm for sitting out and playing week 4 against the Patriots. Not sure about you, but that's just how I feel. So those are my thoughts on the game. Again, don't have any comments anymore. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Believers Talk, my preview. Again, my 3 keys to victory. Passing D needs to step up. Again, Andy Dalton's second in the league in passing. We need to step up. We need to do better and improve why we're the number 1 pass defense last season. Need a complete game from quarters 1 to 4. We need to play Buffalo Bills football the entire time. Week 1, it took us a while to get off the schneid, if you will. It took us to about midway through the 3rd quarter for us to finally get in a groove. Week 2, we took a slumber second half of the 2nd quarter into the 3rd quarter. We need to not let that happen again. Early in the 4th, Giants score a touchdown, make it 28-21. So we need to avoid that. And then my 3rd key to victory, we need to run Gore more. And what I mean by that is we think that Devin Singletary will not be playing come Sunday. We need to run Gore. We need to run Yeldon. We cannot be afraid to run just because our number 1 running back is out. Gore will do a serviceable job. Yeldon can do a serviceable job. Trust them to do it. Again, the Bengals allowed over 250 yards of rushing offense last week against the 49ers. Let's take advantage of what looks like a poor run defense, especially right now, even though Singletary's out. So Everyday Flash says, anyone still cheering for the Bills after years of disappointment should be considered a super fan. Hey, it's what we do. It's what we do. We know we went through a 17-year drought, but as Hashtag Sports just posted a video, and if you're not subscribed to Hashtag Sports, guys, again, we're working together on Sportscaster. They have a preview video every Saturday morning on Sportscaster, so check that out on Sportscaster. If you're on YouTube, link in the description below, but also check them out on YouTube. Always a good watch. But they said that 17-year drought was pointing straight to number 17. That's Josh Allen. Happy to have him on this team, and happy to possibly moving in the right direction. Again, Bills 2-0 for the first time since 2014, looking to go 3-0 for the first time since 2011. And I hope you guys all join me on Sunday as we give you live play-by-play reaction right here on Believers Talk and also over on Sportscaster. So either way, check us out, and we will be happy to talk Buffalo Bills football. Just cool to sit with other Bills fans and talk about the action together instead of listening to whatever announcing team they are doing it. I know Murph and them do a great job on the radio, but this is a way just to engage with other Bills fans. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys join me on Sunday. And again, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you all soon. Until I do, go Bills.